Welcome to Podnutz Daily for September 15th, 2008, episode number 77. And going to talk about a compact laptop today. This is a job I like. By the way, don't mind the green screen behind me. It's a little acting funny. Compact laptop. These are jobs I like. I love screen replacements because it's an easy job. I don't like buying the screen, but you know, you get your money back. So anyway, it's an easy fix once the screen comes in. This particular computer, it was like probably about a year-old compact laptop running Vista, 15.4-inch glossy monitor, and or glossy screen. You guys may have seen this. Did you ever see when the screen, you hit the power button, screen's black, then all of a sudden it starts to have like a, how can I describe this? Like a spilling of color into like the screen, and it just starts changing like I don't know, like a 70s like transition or something like that. There's all these usually bright colors, and they just kind of leak into the screen, and they slowly change. That's a bad screen. And I ordered the screen for the customer. When that comes in, I'm going to put it in. But don't even think it's a video card. Don't even think it's the inverter. Otherwise, you wouldn't even see anything on the screen. That's a bad LCD screen. It's maybe the fifth or sixth one I've had like that. But just stay alert, and when you see that, just know, you know, you could do tests or whatever, but just know it's probably your screen. So, like I do with all my other screens for laptops, I go on eBay. I go to my seller, who is DVD Super 999. I think in their store they're called DVD Super 1. And again, I'm going to tell you this tip. The CompaQ is a laptop of model number V6000. I'm going to turn off Skype here for a second. It's a model V6000. If you do an eBay search for a CompaQ V6000 screen, using my seller anyway, it's going to be more expensive than actually taking the screen out of the laptop and finding the exact model number on the back of the screen and then doing a search for that exact model number. It's usually like 30 or 40 bucks cheaper if you do it that way. So if you use my guy, that's how you have to search for the screens. Otherwise, you might lose some money. Spacemonger, or you won't save as much money, to put it that way. Spacemonger is a program that I used this weekend, and I've been using it a lot this past week. If you guys don't have it, gosh, just Google it. It's version 1.4. It's not the paid one. It's the free one. They have it kind of buried in the site a little bit. And once you get to it, though, it's like it's not even 100 kilobytes, I don't think this program is. It's really small. And what it allows you to do is get a graphical representation of what's on your hard drive. So I had a customer who had 100... It was a 30, 40 gigabyte hard drive, but he only had 100 megabytes left, and he wanted me to install iTunes on his computer. Well, I couldn't do it with that space. So I used Spacemonger to see what's available on the hard drive in a pictorial representation. This way I know, oh, you got to take the Sims 2 off of your computer. It's eating up 10 gigs. Or, you know, I recommend, you know, we take this off. Like maybe if you watch this movie enough times, maybe we could take that movie off. And then you can see exactly what's taking up the space, and this way you don't have to go digging through folders. That's after, of course, you know, you do disk cleanup, and you do enough cleaning up of the run CCleaner, you do enough cleaning up of the hard drive that it frees up some space. But if you still need more space, I love using Spacemonger. It tells me exactly what's on the drive so I can get it off if I need to. Okay, let's see what we got here. QuickTime /iTunes removed. Okay. This was the computer I talked about a couple days ago where, and I didn't remember the exact error, but I got your email, Barb, and I'm going to try to make notes of the exact errors I encounter so it's not so vague when I say I got an iTunes error, I got a Windows error. I believe that it was iTunes had to close because of a serious problem, maybe something like that. Anyway, it was iTunes would not start on this guy's computer. It would install, but it just wouldn't start. What I did was, what did I do? One of the fixes online was you uninstall iTunes, you uninstall QuickTime, and then you reinstall QuickTime just as a standalone application, and then you install iTunes on top of that. And that worked for a lot of people, but it wasn't working for me. So I found one fix that was a great fix where you actually go in, you uninstall QuickTime, and then you go into the registry in a local machine, I think. I got to find the link for this fix. I'm sorry, I can't remember. But basically what I did was I deleted every instance of QuickTime on the computer, like the QuickTime folder out of program files. Then you go into the registry and you delete QuickTime out of there in a certain spot. You don't have to do it everywhere because it's all over the place in the registry. And then after that was done, you reinstall QuickTime, then install iTunes, and it worked. Got to find the link for that. That was a very good link. And sorry I don't have that on me. Had a computer freezing up at different times. It would be okay during boot. You'd be working on the computer for maybe a couple minutes, and then all of a sudden it would start freezing up on us. We couldn't get into separate single folders or different folders or things like that. This was one Eric was working on. Eric is he's El Burro in the Podnutz forums. He helps us out every once in a while on Saturdays, and he was in and working on his computer. We ran Dial-A-Fix. That handled the problem. We didn't have to do hardly almost anything else other than, make sure the system was optimized properly and whatnot. But Dial-A-Fix handled the whole problem with it freezing. Eric also gave me a great if you guys do use CCleaner, there's a program of CCleaner you can get from their website that doesn't include the Yahoo toolbar. And let me see if I can have it real quick here. The link is, okay, let me just say the link. It's ccleaner.com/download/builds. And on that, in that menu, you can download a copy of CCleaner without the Yahoo toolbar, so you don't have to keep unchecking it when you install it. And we had a wireless connection that was bad today on an HP Vista laptop. Every time I tried to connect to the internet, it would try to connect to like 3 different networks at the same time. So I went into the properties of the wireless card, and the IP address settings were not set to automatic. They were set to manual, even though this person, I know he needed them set for automatic. They were just, all the settings were just out of whack. And even when I reset most of the settings, it still kept acting funny. It would connect and disconnect, and then connect and disconnect, and try to find all these networks. It was just acting bizarre. So an easy fix for this is just go into the device manager, uninstall the wireless adapter, reboot your computer. It will refine the wireless adapter and reinstall the driver, like a fresh version of the driver, and that should be fine. That's how I fixed that one. Let me just do these other ones from memory. We had this computer today, a Dell laptop. Now we fixed it. It was like running slow or had viruses or something like that. Now we fixed everything on this computer except there was this continuing problem. It just really annoyed us. Well, here's what it was doing. On one account, everything was fine, and on the another account, which is the main account they used, the processor usage would never go below 13%, or it would fluctuate between 13 and 20. That's where it would idle. And we disabled everything. We went into the startup menu, disabled all the startup items, and disabled all the non-Microsoft